Morning everybody, welcome to today's session. I've propped my phone up against some equipment, so I'm hoping that today it's not going to fall all over the place. If you're not able to see me, then if you could drop me a comment or a message at the end, or for me to see at the end so that I can change it ready for tomorrow. But fingers crossed that we get through this without losing the phone again. Definitely a short-term solution. I'll have to get myself another tripod. Let's get started. Okay, so we'll just take our little neck stretch that we've been doing quite a lot recently, really good for the sides of the neck into the shoulder. So tipping your head over to the side, think ear to the shoulder. Take your hand across the head to pull down slightly and lengthen that arm away. Nice deep breaths. Swapping sides, lift up. We're tipping over. Take that hand across. Reach the arm away. Nice deep breaths in and out. In and out. In and out. One more time each side. Tip over. Take the hand across. Pulling that head down. Reach the arm away. Last time, tipping over, hand across, reaching away, nice deep breaths. Okay, relaxing there, we're going to go into our breathing. So we're going to be laying down on our backs. So laying down, I want you to be looking up towards the ceiling. Excuse me, take those knees bent, feet on the floor, and just rest your hands down beside you. So you want to have that slight curve underneath your lower back. And we're just going to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So as we're taking those nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of your hips. So we want to try and keep these nice and level. Imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. We want to keep the upper body nice and relaxed. So you're thinking shoulders away from the ears, the chest is nice and open. Keeping that weight even through those feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just start to gently tighten through the tummy. From here, as you breathe out, you're tucking under with the pelvis, so flattening the lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out to neutral. Tuck under to flatten. Holding. Releasing back out. So as we're tucking under, we want to find that nice strong flat back position. We're using the tummy muscles and the pelvis to move. So try and avoid squeezing your bottom. On this next one, we're holding our flat back. We're tucking under to hold. So here you're holding, you're keeping the flat back position. We're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. And as you're tightening, you should feel as though your excuse me, as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back feels slightly flatter into the floor. Let's half this contraction, so 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So still using that nice open position through the shoulders, keeping them away from the ears. If you're feeling tense through the upper body, we're just rotating those palms up to the ceiling. Pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine. Keeping the weight even through those feet. Big toes for toe and heel. Let's half one last time, 20 to 25% tightening. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring both legs up into a tabletop position. So your knees are coming above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Now I want you to glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're going to tip both legs over to the side. You're releasing one hip from the floor. Inhale to the centre. We're swapping sides, tipping over. Release that hip. Come back to the centre. Tipping over. And centre. Tipping over. And centre. So although that hip is releasing from the floor, you want to keep both shoulders in contact with your mat. Using your tummy muscles to take the legs over to the side. Come back to the centre where you should find that flat back position. Use your pelvic floor. And again onto the other side. on each side. We're tipping over and centre. Tipping over and centre. One more on each side. Tipping over and centre. Tipping over and centre. From there, hug those knees into your chest. Just a gentle rock from side to side. And then we're going to be on our hands and knees. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. Just move this. So as you come onto your hands and knees, take your hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your tummy is nice and tightened here. As you breathe out, I want you to tuck the pelvis under, so you're curving that lower back, arching the spine and dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, let the pelvis come back through to your start position. The spine will follow. And we're lifting the head. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. Lifting the head. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. So working into each section of your spine, piece by piece. So if you have any areas that are feeling stiff or sore, they're slowed right down. Move each vertebrae one by one. So as we're curving the back, we're pulling the tummy all the way in. As we're releasing out, think pelvis comes out first. Let those shoulders come away from the ears. We've got two more here. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head, we hold, releasing out through the spine, piece by piece. Lift the head, last one here, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, releasing out. The head lifts. From there we're pushing back into a shell stretch. So bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. Then we're going to be on our sides. So as you're laying down, I want you to have your knees bent, stacked one on top of the other. Resting your head down, take those arms out nice and long, and you want to have your hands palm to palm. So we're going to lift the top arm up so that your fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to take a stretch before lifting all the way up and over. Bring the head with you. to come down palm to palm. So you're lifting that top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here for a stretch. Before we lift up and over to come down palm to palm. So the legs stay glued together. We want them grounded so this twist is coming through the waist. Nice deep breaths. Keep the arm reaching long. So you're stretching from your fingertips all the way into your armpit. We're looking at that hand for as long as we can, so that we can get a nice movement through the neck. Got 2 more on this side, lifting up to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before we lift up and over to come down palm to palm. This is your last one. Lifting up. Taking the head with you. Twisting away. We hold. Before lifting up and over to come down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides, so you can either roll over to face the other way or switch the end of your mat that you're laying on. So remember to rest down, get those knees bent, legs together, arms are reaching out palm to palm. The top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to take our stretch. Before lifting up and over to come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting up and over to come down palm to palm. So remember those legs stay glued together. They're nice and grounded. Nice deep breaths. We're twisting through the waist. Arms reaching up, stretch from the fingertips to the armpits. We're looking at that hand for as long as we can. Making sure you've got a good range of movement on both sides of the neck. Let's take 2 more here. Lifting that arm up. Taking the head with you. Twisting away. Holding. Releasing back up and over. Last one here. Lifting up. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Come back up and over to come down palm to palm. From there, you're going into a full body stretch as you roll onto your back. And just stretch out nice and long through the arms and the legs. You're going to stay on your back, but if you need to grab a drink, then grab one quickly. So as you're laying on your back, you want to have your knees bent, feet on the floor. We're going to be in neutral position. So you have that curve underneath your lower spine. Those arms are again resting down beside you. We're taking a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reaching the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. We chin to chest, lifting the shoulders up. We hold, control back down. So you're using your tummy muscles to lift you from the floor. Pull the belly button all the way down. Your chin to chest position is here to try and keep that neck nice and relaxed. So you're thinking nice big nod of the head, then tighten the tummy as you lift. The arms are reaching nice and long, get those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Let's take 2 more like this and then we'll add some more movement in. Chin to chest, lifting up, we hold. Control back down, last one here, chin to chest. Lift them up. We hold, control back down. So we're doing the same that we've done all week with our pulses at the top. So again, you're taking that chin to chest position, lifting the shoulders from the floor, reach those arms if you can. We're pulsing for 4, so pulsing up, 2, 3, 4, control back down. Chin to chest, and lift, pulse. 2, 3, 4, control back down. If your neck is so you can come behind the head, remember your hands are on your head, not your neck. Same thing, chin to chest, lifting up. You pulse. 2, 3, 4, control back down. Nice deep breaths. Make sure you're tightening in the pelvic floor. Got 2 more of these, chin to chest, lifting up. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, control back down. Last one, chin to chest, and lift. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, control back down. From there, you're going to hug those knees into your chest. And then we're coming into either a knelt position or you're going to be laying on your front. So doing our lean backs in our kneeling position. If your knees don't like you being on top of them, then you can lay on your front with your legs out long and behind you. and your hands mat width apart, and then you'll be going into your chest lifts with the forearms down. If you're on your knees, get your legs and your knees quite close together so you're directly under your hips. The lower part of your leg is directly behind you. If you do suffer from cramp, you can tuck those toes under like I'm doing here, but if not, just rest them down. So you're tall through the upper body, but I just want you to take a little bit of a nod with that head to relax to your neck. Get your tummy really tightened the whole time. Shoulders down. So as you breathe in, you're going to lean very slightly back, pulling that tummy in. As you come forward, squeeze your bottom. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze to lift up. Leaning back. Squeeze to lift. Leaning back, squeeze to lift. So make sure those shoulders are down, don't let them creep up towards the ears. Tighten that tummy. So your exhale and the squeeze of your bottom is what's driving yourself back up. Let's take 2 more like this. Last one, leaning back and lift. So we're going to add some different arm movements in. If you're laying on your front, I want you to come into lifting opposite arm and leg up and down, swapping sides. If you're on your knees and as you lean back, you're going to take the one arm, doesn't matter which one, slightly back and you're twisting towards it. You might want to make your lean smaller here because the arm will pull you back. Looking at that hand, coming back forwards, then you're swapping sides. Inhale back, exhale forwards. Inhale back, lifting up. You should still be tightening the tummy the whole time, squeezing the bottom as you lift. Don't let that head fling back. Relax those shoulders. 2 more on each side. Leaning back and lift. Leaning back and lift. Last one on each side. Leaning back and lift. Leaning back and lift. Relaxing there and bring yourself into a shell stretch. So bottom to the feet. Arms are reaching out in front. Good. Grab yourself a drink. We're going to be going into the 100. So, just to begin with, while I explain what we're doing, we're going to be on our backs with the knees bent, feet on the floor. So, we're going to do the same 100 we've done all week. Doesn't matter if you've not joined in yet. I'm going to talk you through it now anyway. So, you're going to be finding a nice strong flat back position. So, I want you to tuck your pelvis under to flatten the lower part of your back into the floor. From there, both of your legs will lift to tabletop. So, you want your knees above your hips and your shins parallel to the ceiling. If you want to make that more difficult, then just start to take your legs closer towards the floor, but your shins should still be parallel to the ceiling and your back should still be nice and flat. If you're not sure, then just stick with knees above hips, shins to the ceiling. From there, we're going to be lifting up, chin to chest, shoulders come away and the arms are nice and long. And here, you're going to have your palms just facing the floor, same as what we've done all week. Just facing the floor. And we're beating the arms up and down for 100 repetitions. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So the arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, both hands are coming behind your head. You're going to lengthen one leg. So the other leg stays in tabletop. One leg is as long as you can keep it. And you're doing 2 sets of 8, reaching over towards that leg. Same side. Once we finish there, that leg goes back to tabletop. The other leg will lengthen. Swap sides. From there, we hug the knees in and take a stretch. And we'll be done. So let's all go together. So get that tucked under position, nice and flat in the lower back. From there, bring your legs up into tabletop. We're going to nod the head, lift those shoulders, take the arms nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here. Put your hands behind your head, lengthen one leg up towards the ceiling. We're reaching across for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that leg back into tabletop, the other leg lengthens. Reaching across for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there, hug those knees in. When you're ready, reach yourself out into a full body stretch. If you need to, give those legs a nice shake. Good, we're going to bring ourselves up into sitting. Good, so in our seated position, today we're going to do our mermaid stretch. So I'll talk you through a full mermaid position. I'm just going to be doing it with legs crossed because of my hips. So if you're not sure on that position and you need me to talk you through it more, drop me a message and I'll sort that out for you. So for your mermaid, if you are in quite a narrow space, like I'm in a fairly narrow space, just shimmy yourself down towards one end of your mat. Whichever end that you've got lots of room on is the side that the leg is going to be in front. Okay, so if you're in full mermaid, you're going to have one leg in front, which hopefully you can see here, and the other leg, it's going to be behind you. This is quite a loose open position I'm doing here. It can be as far around as you can get it and maintain, but that's the full mermaid position. If that's too much for you, then you're coming into a cross-leg position, but if you look, I've still got one leg in front because one leg has to tuck under to be in your cross leg. The leg that's in front, you're going to have that hand on the floor, and you need to be able to slide the hand away, which is why you need lots of space on that side. The hand of the back leg is long, so you might want to, you're going to be reaching, so you might want to make sure you're not quite at the end of your mat like I am. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, relax those shoulders. So you've got one hand on the floor, one hand long. Reach this arm away as far as you can. And think about drawing a semicircle. Lift yourself all the way up and over. As you're coming over, this hand on the floor starts to slide away. We're going to hold this stretch. If you're in the full mermaid, you might be able to drop onto your forearm. I just haven't got the flexibility in this position. So you're holding here, so we're stretching down this side. You want to take some nice deep breaths in and out here. So we're breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Coming back up. We're going again on this side. Reach all the way up and over. Slide that hand away. Holding to breathe. Remember, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Think about getting the breath out longer than the breath in. So 2 in, 4 out, or 3 in, 6 out, 4 in, 8 out. Whatever works for you. Coming back up. We've got that side one more time. Reaching long, lift up and over, slide away. Really stretch. Lift yourself back up. Give those arms a little wriggle. Good, so we're going onto the other side. So if you are at one end of your mat, you might need to slide down to the other end. Remembering that the leg that's in front is the leg that you need the hand to slide away. So remember, your full mermaid stretch is one leg in front, like my leg is here, and this leg will be tucked round and behind. So that's quite an open, loose position I'm doing there. You can bring that leg further around if you need to. If that's not comfortable, stay in a cross-legged position. Sitting up nice and tall. The arm of your back leg is just long and reaching to the wall. So you're going to reach across, get that lean through the body. Lift all the way up, let the hands slide away, you're stretching over. Remember, if you can, drop down. Just haven't got that range of movement in this position with my legs. So holding here, those deep breaths. Lifting back up and over. And again, reach nice and long. Lift yourself up and over. Sliding away to stretch. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Longer exhale than inhale. Last one here. We've got one more stretch on this side. Reach and lift. Come all the way up and over. Holding that stretch, really lengthening this side. From there, just give the shoulders a little shake. Good, staying in a cross-legged position, and you can swap which leg is in front if you have a side that's more comfortable. We're doing our twists through the body. So we're going to take both arms along for this one. So think about taking a V shape through your arms, and you'll maintain this shape. So just make sure the arms aren't going to be flinging back or in. You want to try and keep them as much as you can in that V shape. Long, don't let them start to bend and sag. Sit tall through the body. If you need to sit on top of something, even if that's just a block, and we're going to do twists. So you're going to look towards the hand that's twisting away. Same thing, twist, rebound, center. So twist, twist, center. Center. Look at the hand that's moving away. And keep those shoulders down. So we're not using the momentum to sustain that arm position. You should still feel like you're getting more twist than when your hands are tucked into your chest, but not as much as when you push that arm away, giving you a little bit more momentum. Twist, twist in. Tall through the body. Breathe, breathe, centre. 2 more each side. Twist, twist, in. Twist, twist, in. Last one each side. Twist, twist, in. Twist, twist, in. And relax. Good. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. So yesterday was quite arm focused. Today we're going to do legs. So we're going to be laying on our sides. And we're going to take those knees bent. So we're going to be doing our clowns to begin with. You're going to have one arm reaching long and away to rest your head on. Remember, if this is a really uncomfortable position for you, there's a few things that you can do. You have a towel either under your arm or between your arm and your head. You can bend the elbow to support the head if you need to. And if it's your hips that are the problem, if you roll a towel up and make a circle out of it, let your hips sit through the centre, and it should ease that pressure off of your actual hip joints. So with those knees bent, just try and bring those legs a little bit further forwards, so they're as lifted towards your body as they can be. Glue your feet together and take one hand onto your hip. So this is just a nice hip opening exercise as you lift that knee up and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. So by holding the hip, you're making sure the leg isn't letting that hip fling back. It's staying stabilised. Don't worry if your movement is small. Lift and down. We've got 2 more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. From there, I want you to take your legs out nice and long. So you want to try and lay in a long line, but with your feet slightly further forward. So if you flex your feet and look down your body, you want to be able to see your toes. If you're not able to, then bring your legs slightly further forwards. Have that hand just on your hip for a moment, because what we want is for you to be sitting up onto those hips, and that's so that towel will come in handy if you do have any stability issues through that hip. So if you're really comfortable, you're probably laying forwards. I don't know if you can see the difference. If I lay forwards here, and then if I lift myself up, you can see how square I become through my hips. Or you might be sitting back. So it should feel like you're balancing. You can use this hand for support. Zip up underneath your waist, it will help. Lift your top leg up, pointed. Flex your foot to come back down, just to hip height, no higher. Lifting up, pointed. Flex to come back down, point to lift. Flex to come back down. Really work through that foot, through the ankle, in the point and the flex. 4 more here. Lift up, flex down. Lifting up, flex down. Last 2, lifting up, flex down, lifting up, flexing down. Let's lift that leg up and do our circles forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that leg rest down. Lifting that top leg up, pointed. The other one comes to meet it. Bring them both down together. Lift, lift, and down. Lift, lift, and down. Lift, lift, and down. Lift, lift, and down. 4 more. Lift, lift, and down. Lift, lift, and down. Last 2. Lift, lift, and down. lift, lift, and down. Double lifts coming up and down. Breathe, up and down, up and down, lift and down. Tummy tightens and down, lift and down. Last two, and down, lift and down. If you're propping your head up with your hand here, drop it back down just for this one. So we're pushing into the arm that's flat on the floor and then lifting the legs and the upper body away. So your upper body you want to lift under the armpit and along the waist. Don't just lift the head. Ideally you want that hand on your hip, but I'm happy if you're supporting yourself for the moment. We're going to do 8 here. Double lifts up and down. Lift and down. Breathe and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relax there. Well, all again on the other side. So you can either roll over to face the other way, or you can lay the other end of your mat. Sorry, it takes me quite a long time to change sides at the moment. So we start with the knees bent, sorry. And you're going to bring that arm nice and long to rest your head down. Try and bring those knees as forwards as you can. Glue those feet together and you want your hand on your hip there. So clam openings coming up and down. Lift and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lengthen those legs away from you. Right, remember here, you want to look down the body, and if you flex the feet, see those toes. If you can't, bring the legs further forwards. Just keep that hand on your hip for a moment. As you check, your hips are square, so one hip is directly on top of the other one. You can keep the hand on the floor for support if you need to. Your top leg is lifting up, pointed, flex to come down. Point to lift. Flex to come down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Push through the ankle. 2 more. Lift and down. Lift and down, lifting up to circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Check you're still nice and stacked. Top leg lifts, bottom leg meets it, come back down. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Breathe, breathe and down. Up, up and down. Last 2. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Double lifts up and down, up and down. Lift and down, lift and down. Last 4. Lift and down, lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down, lift and down. So you get that arm flat on the floor if it's not there already. If you can, balancing that hand onto your hip if you need to use the support. Press down into the arm as you hinge through your waist. We're lifting up and down. Breathe and down. We lift and down. lift, and down. 4 more, lift up, and down, lift up, and down. Last 2, lift, and down, lift, and down. Roll onto your back. Take a nice long full body stretch. Give those legs a little shake out if you need to. Have a drink as you come back up. And then we'll be on our hands and knees. Good, so as you come onto your hands and knees, we want the hands underneath those shoulders, knees under the hips, like we had at the very beginning, but tuck your toes under. So hopefully your wrists and your arms should feel fairly fresh, as we've not done too much work on them. But if you know you do suffer from those really sore wrists, drop yourself down to your forearms if you need to. So either or is fine. As you breathe out, you're pulling your tummy all the way in, pressing into your hands and your feet. Lift your knees, up off of the floor, just an inch or 2. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. And down. Lift and down. So think tummy is lifting you. Your hands and feet are just there for support. Keeping the spine in line. So if you're on long arms, look just past your fingertips. If you want to be on your forearms, you're looking straight down to your mat. So we're not dropping the head down, and you're not forcing the head to look up either. Just nice and neutral. Got 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lift up and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. From here, bring yourself into a shell stretch, bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. And then we're going to be doing our planks. Same planks we've done so far this week. So you've got arm lift. Most of you, if not all of you, will have done these before. So you can be on your forearms if you need to be. That's absolutely fine. If your wrists are sore, just drop down. Just take your arms or your hands slightly further forwards on your mat. So what we're going to be doing is taking one leg out nice and long behind you with the toes tucked under. The other leg will go out to join it, and you're then going to be bringing yourself into a strong plank position. From here, you're going to lift one hand off, put it down, lift the other hand off, put it down, relaxing there, the knees come down. So step back, strong plank. We're going to lift, down, put those knees down. What I don't want you to do is to find your plank and then frantically lift and slam those hands down. It's nice and controlled, so take your time. The longer that you take to control that plank and then carefully peel the hand away, the stronger you're going to get and the better position you're going to make with your plank. So in your own time, you're stepping back, finding that plank. Lift, down, relaxing there. Don't forget to get your squeeze in your bottom and your pulling in of your tummy. And breathe. So you shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. So just lots of control. Make sure those hips aren't dropping too far down. We don't want to put unnecessary pressure into the lower back. lift, down, lift, down, relaxing there. 2 more here. Tucking under, get that long line. We lift, down, relax. Last one, tucking under, long line. We're going to lift, down. Relaxing there. Again, shell stretch back and roll through your wrists. And we've got enough time to take a little stretch out at the end here. So we're going to be sitting down. I'm going to take our legs long and in front of us. Try and keep your legs quite close together. Mine is going to be slightly parted to accommodate my belly. And we're just going to start to creep those hands forwards as far as you can. Hold on to your legs and pull yourself down. So it doesn't matter if your hands are quite close to your knees, or they're at the ankle, or on the foot, okay? You're holding and pulling your body down, dropping the head. Think nose to the knees. Doesn't matter if you're not there, that's what you're imagining, okay? So pulling down, again taking those nice breaths. Just want to stretch the back of the legs. If you're not really feeling that, add a flex into your feet. From there, I want you to tuck one leg in. So your foot should be touching your thigh, your knee is bent out to the side. Same thing, you're going to reach forwards, grab hold of the leg where you can, and pull yourself down. Again, if you want to flex that foot, it will increase the stretch in the back of the calf. Thinking nose to knee. Slowly bring yourself back up. We're going to swap sides to get the other leg long. Tuck that foot in. So the foot is on the thigh. Bring yourself down. So you might notice here that one leg is more flexible than the other. That doesn't matter. That's why we're stretching each leg individually. Get those deep breaths. Slowly bring yourself up. We're going back to 2 legs out. And you're stretching here again. So as you're stretching here again, what you're looking for is hopefully you'll have released slightly in your tighter side and you'll be able to stretch a little bit further forwards. Doesn't matter if you can't. Just go to where you're able to reach to, pulling gently down. Bring yourself back up. Just give yourself a moment if you need to recenter yourself, if you're feeling lightheaded from the breathing. Then bring yourself either into a knelt or a standing position, whichever you find more comfortable. Good, okay, we're going to take a nice roll back of the shoulders. And forwards. Bring those arms out to the sides. Lift up. Stretch yourself over. Come back into the centre. Lifting up. Stretching over. One more time on each side. Let's lift up. Stretch over. Last time, lifting up, stretching over and relaxing there. That's the end of today's class. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank goodness the phone didn't fall over, so we made it through the entire class. I hope you enjoyed the session. Supposed to be thunder and lightning later, so watch out for that this afternoon. Me and Andrew are off for our 20-week scan, which is very exciting. So we're already halfway, which is completely and utterly crazy. I hope to see lots of you for the rest of the week and however many weeks ahead that we're here. Have a lovely day. Bye.